Hi everyone, I just thought I shared this article. It says ODU, Old Dominion University professor stepping down after controversial comments on pedophilia. So Dr. Alan Walker, an assistant professor of sociology and criminal justice, will step down at the end of their contract in May 2022. They'll remain on leave. So Norfolk, Virginia, an Old Dominion University professor stepping down at the end of their contract in May 2022 following their controversial comments on pedophilia. The controversy stems from an interview where Dr. Alan Walker, an assistant professor of sociology and criminal justice, argued for the use of the term minor attracted people or MAPS to describe people attracted to children. Basically, this guy's trying to water down pedophilia or pedophiles and try to sneak it in to make it more socially accepted. Is the way I look at it. But maybe I'm wrong, but that's just how I look at it. Dude's fucked up in the head, in my opinion. After the controversy erupted earlier in November, the university announced Walker had been placed on administrative leave. In a joint statement with Walker, ODU President Brian Hemphill said this outcome would be the best way to move forward. We hope today's action helps bring closure for our Monarch family, Hemphill said. As we move forward, I encourage all members of the Monarch family to continue our efforts toward healing and civil discourse. Walker said their work is aimed at preventing child sexual abuse, accusing some of mischaracterizing their research. Read Walker's full statement below. I am particularly grateful for the outpouring of support from many among the ODU community, as well as others in my research fields, who have publicly affirmed the value of my work in advancing child safety. My department chair, Mona Danner, my colleagues, and my students all have been especially supportive. And finally, I am thankful for the assistance of the Foundation of Individual Rights in Education during this time. Handful focus on the university community in the statement. The safety and security of individual monarchs and our collective campus are the utmost importance. For ODU, these will always remain top priorities as we pursue our mission in caring, inclusive, and supportive community. One that respects academic freedom and remains willing to discuss controversial ideas in an atmosphere free of intimidation or violence. Walker will remain on leave until their contract expires next year. Well, he has a right to say what he believes. And at the same time, we have a right, people who disagree have a right to say what we believe in. Man, you like children, you're a pedophile. So that is the technical term for it. And trying to water that term down by saying minor attractive people, it doesn't help. That's just my opinion. He has a right to say what he says. I'm just saying I have a right to say what I say. Now, but there's something here that I really want to point out too.
An Old Dominion University professor is taking a lot of heat. Alan Walker said the word pedophile shouldn't be used to refer to people who are attracted to children because it comes with a stigma.
Walker also said people can be attracted to children without acting on it. Dana Smith has more on what the professor said and the response from Walker and the community.
The controversy surrounding Old Dominion University professor Dr. Alan Walker centers around their argument that not everyone who is attracted to children will abuse children.
It isn't actually.
I don't know. For me, I don't know what that is. So I've never been attracted to children, so I don't know how that all works. But I'm attracted to women, and so I try to talk to women, and I hit on women. That's how I got married. I'm attracted to my wife. I talked to her. We got in a relationship, and later we got married. I acted on my attraction. So, if I really like something, it does. Now, let's take it out the context of people, and let's say I'm attracted to a certain industry where I want to work in. So I acted on it. I'm attracted to, sports. I was an amateur bodybuilder, amateur MMA fighter, power lifter. I did all of that. And so I acted on what I want to do, what I'm attracted to. And so it's kind of weird, like a person would be attracted to children, like an adult will be attracted to children, like normal adults will be attracted to the opposite sex and how they act on it. And so it's kind of weird, like, you know, would they really act or not act? I don't know. That's just kind of new. But I've never been in the shoes, so I don't know what that is. But I'm looking at my past experience in my life and other people, and it's kind of what that is, right? It's kind of weird. I don't know. But people normally act on what they're attracted to.
Actually a choice. So people are just born with this condition.
In an interview with the Prostasia Foundation, Walker said the term minor attracted people, or MAPS, should be used to describe people who are attracted to children.
It's less stigmatizing than other terms like pedophile. A lot of people, when they hear the term pedophile, they automatically assume that it means a sex offender. And that isn't true, and it leads to a lot of misconceptions about attractions toward minors.
But not everyone sees it that way, including people on campus like Andrew Limbakis, president of the ODU College Republicans.
I'm actually thinking about planning a peaceful protest against Alan Walker.
In the interview, Walker stressed child sexual abuse is never okay. They explained there is a difference between attraction and behavior. Walker said there is no morality attached to attraction because that's something we can't help. The Prostasia Foundation's executive director, Jeremy Malcolm, agrees.
What experts like Dr. Walker are saying is that telling these people that they are inherently bad and doomed to offend is counterproductive.
Criticism about Walker's comments prompted ODU and Walker to release statements over the weekend. The statement from the university.
So, once again, okay, I could see how maybe you can be born a certain way and there's something you can do about it, right? I mean, some people are born with certain diseases. They had no choice. It's not that everybody is born with that disease, but you have some people that are born with a rarity. And just because I wasn't born with it and most of the people or the people that I think I know aren't born with it doesn't mean someone else can't be born with it, right? Most of the people I know don't have cancer, but you have some, well, actually, I do now that I'm getting older. Some people are getting cancer, but so, you got some people, they're born gay. Most people are straight, but some people are born gay. Some people are born lesbian. I don't know what that experience is. I can't explain it, but obviously it's there. But then gay people act on their attraction. Lesbians act on their attractions. Straight people act on their attractions. So it's kind of like, man, if you're attracted to little kids, the way normal people are attracted to the opposite sex, or gay people are attracted to other men, or lesbians are attracted to other females, and they all act on their attractions, that's a little scary, like their whole life they're not going to act on it. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say that they won't. That's just how I look at it. But I could be wrong. But, it's kind of suspect.
University reads, an academic community plays a valuable role in the quest for knowledge. A vital part of this is being willing to consider scientific and other empirical data that may involve controversial issues and perspectives. For their part,
Nice.
Walker said, child sexual abuse is an inexcusable crime. The goal of my research is to prevent crime. I embarked on this research in hopes of gaining understanding of a group that previously has not been studied in order to identify ways to protect children. Dana Smith, 13 News Now.
Okay, so hold on. All right. Now, another thing that they said in this video or in an extended video was like, yeah, just because they're basically the video we just watched is say, well, just because they're attracted to children, just because they're a pedophile, doesn't mean that we can just assume they're going to be, they're going to molest or rape or, do something sexual with a little kid just because they're a pedophile. Okay, so let's use that way of thinking. And then as soon as I thought about that, it brought up critical race theory, because I'm not white, I'm Asian, and I don't even live in the States anymore. Actually, I live back in Asia, because right now America is getting worse. It's not getting better. So I'm glad I'm living back in Asia. And as an Asian person, I listen to that, and then I think about critical race theory, where critical race theory, they're telling us colored people, non-whites, that if you're white, a white person's just racist. Just because they're white, they're racist. It's in their it's in their genetics. It's just it's the way the system's set up, that automatically if you're white, some way, somehow, you're racist, and you add on to racism. Well, if you gotta say white people are just racist because they're white, and you use that way of thinking, what do you think? How would you use this? If you're attracted to children, you're going to commit a sexual act with the children. You're going to do some pedophile act, illegal pedophile act. But here, all of a sudden, well, even if you're a pedophile, you're attracted to little kids, that doesn't mean you're going to do something sexual with little kids. Well, why don't they take that same theory with critical race theory then and say, well, even though you're white, doesn't mean you're going to do something racist. The hypocrisy and just nonsense of this whole bullshit is bullshit. But maybe if you're a pedophile, maybe you might not do a sexual act. I don't know. I wouldn't know what that is. I'm 100% sure though, just because you're white doesn't mean that you're gonna do something racist. I'm 100% sure there's a lot of white people that never did no racist shit, because I lived in the States. And I've seen a lot of white people that didn't do nothing racist. However, that's because they're not attracted to the idea of doing something racist. They're not attracted to the idea of wanting to do something racist. It's just not them. It's not something they want to do. It's not how they are. It's not part of them. They're not born with it to be racist. I've seen a lot of white people like that. But normally when people are attracted, they want to do something, they normally act on it. And so this is pretty scary. So hopefully this professor does a thorough research on this group and give, in the future that I hope he does finish his research on this group, and he'll give an honest result of his research. But I just thought I'd share this in my thoughts. It's crazy. It's nonsense. To me, it's a bit nonsense, but I could be proven wrong. Maybe there could be a case. Maybe he'll find something in the research. I don't know. But also, if you're gonna say this about pedophiles, that whole critical race theory, that's you gotta say the same about white people too, because it's just bullshit. I met a whole rack of white people. Most of the white people I ran into weren't racist just because they were white. It's just absolute nonsense. But the whole thing about attraction, most of the people I know, not most, I think everyone I ever met, when they're attracted to something, whether it's a sport, the opposite sex, or if you're gay, the same sex, or lesbian, same sex, or whatever you're attracted to, you have a feeling you're attracted to it, they act on it, they do it. That I know from experience, right? So I was attracted to my wife. I married her. I'm attracted to the industry that I work in. That's what I work in. I'm attracted to working out. I'm an amateur bodybuilder, MMA fighter, power lifter. Did all that. Competed, all of that. That's what I was attracted to. I'm attracted to growing my wealth. I got my own place. I have rental properties. I work. I do all of that. My wealth continues to expand. That's what I'm attracted to. That's what I act on. I'm attracted to exposing pedophilia and letting people know about pedophilia that is still out there. I make these videos. I act on it. So, I really hope this professor makes a thorough research and gives an honest conclusion, whatever which way it goes. Also, God bless you all. Stay safe out there. And, I wish all y'all a happy 2022. Praying for all you guys. Do the same for me.